So why don't you like Hydroid? Please give me your opinion about it in the comment section below, but for now, please listen to what I have to say about this Warframe. In my opinion, Hydroid is not a bad Warframe and his kit is fun when you play him not knowing what the current meta is. Think of this, if you don't know that Warframe is all about loot farming, and killing the enemies with huge damage, then you will find his Tempest Barrage great for crowd control, stripping enemy armor with its augment, and also killing them in the process. Also, you will find Tidal Surge cool since it allows you to be like a wave that can go from point A to point B while being invulnerable. His Undertow would also be cool since it allows you to drown enemies with scaling damage, and it heals you with the augment. And, who would not want some hentai tentacles that allow you to get more loot if equipped with the pilfering augment? If you look at it that way, then you could see how amazing Hydroid is. But that's not the case because the fact is, all his abilities are mediocre at best for most players. I can't blame them, because on day one, Warframe is built from a broken foundation and everything that is not able to go beyond the limits is considered trash. What I mean by this is that, if you look at the meta Warframes, or those Warframes that are considered by many as okay, they have at least one ability that is useful for a specific mission. If not, then they can kill everything in seconds, or, if they are not DPS oriented, then probably players are having fun with them because of room crowd control or any feature that makes the Warframe stand out. Long story short, there's one thing that makes a Warframe useful, but in the case of Hydroid, there's nothing that makes him more than useful in a mission aside from if a team needed more loot drop chance in an endo farming setup or other farming setup. But I must also point out the fact that even with farming setup, Hydroid gets outshined by other farming Warframes like the Meta Necros and Loot Momokora. The way that these two Warframes can farm is way better compared to Hentai Tentacles Hydroid in my opinion. Digital Extremes tweaked Hydroid's 3 augments, but in my opinion, this did nothing to the Warframe. Curative Undertow has been changed to the point that the energy drain to heal allies has been removed, and the augment's description has been updated to indicate that Hydroid will restore 10% health. This was always an effect, it was just not indicated in the description. But let me ask you this, who would even care about getting into the puddle if we can heal ourselves? There are the melee mods that heal our Warframe, the Operator Arcanes that can heal our Warframe, and even subsume abilities like Garuda's Blood Altar that can be subsumed to all Warframes. Nobody cares about the healing ability of Hydroid when we consider that there are better abilities out there. Also, his Tidal Impunity augment has been changed, and now, its energy cost has been cut down so you can enjoy the benefit of having 12 seconds of status immunity for yourself and allies that come in contact with Tidal Surge. While it's good support, who would like that kind of support when there are things like adaptation, and even insane support like Ash who can cloak everyone with his smoke shadow while augment is equipped, or Harrow giving a few seconds of invulnerability to the team, then followed with a critical chance. Again, the tweaked was not helpful for Hydroid and its Tidal Surge ability. They have also tweaked Corroding Barrage, which is, by the way, a subsumable ability, so in case it's not good for Hydroid, it would be good to combo with other Warframe. Well, it ain't happening since the power strength buff on the augment is non-existing. Don't get me wrong, the damage does get better, but the ability itself is kind of mediocre since DE is too afraid to make it rain corrosive damage with Hydroid. I'm speaking of something that will make the ability looks like it raining multiple droplets, and not just a random barrage of waters in the air. It's kind of funny really, as I think that DE is afraid of giving too much power on old Warframes, but they actually make new Warframes that are way beyond better than the older Warframes, just giving bonus energy, cutting the energy cost, giving critical chance, status immunity, or even extra range won't cut it DE. The truth is, old Warframes are becoming obsolete the more you release new ones with better copy-pasted abilities. I know I'm talking the same shit over and over again, that old Warframes are becoming obsolete, and they need rework instead of some augment tweak bullshit, but I won't stop doing this kind of video until DE realized that even the Helminth system can't save the likes of Hydroid. You said that you aim for diversity in your game, but I hope that you just don't focus on build diversity, but also changing the way how players perceived old Warframes in the game. It's also weird, and kind of disappointing sometimes, because I think that DE doesn't know their own game at all. It's like they just pile a bunch of stuff into the game, and call it new content, or new fixes, but it doesn't actually help out those old content in the game. It's like they're just looking for new stuff and forgetting about those things that they have piled up in their game. Warframe is becoming broken every time DE add things, and, to be honest, Warframe right now is becoming a game that is composed of broken things that can't come together. You see, Hydroid is not the only one who received mediocre tweaks on the augment part here. Other Warframes also were part of the new augment tweaks, and only a few of them did receive a decent chance. Most of the augment tweak is just bare minimum, and some are utter nonsense and makes you think if the ones that made the change is actually playing Warframe at all, or the devs just did a lottery, and whatever they pick for that certain Warframe, then it will receive that kind of treatment. And why do even fix augment when you can just fix the Warframe itself? There are lots of old Warframes that needs rework right now, and I hope that it starts with Hydroid. They did a rework back then, but still, Hydroid is dubbed by many as the worst Warframe in the game. Just by knowing this, you can ask yourself why Hydroid is worst, and then you'll see what the community is telling you. Also, sometimes, when a tweak for a certain Warframe gets praised by the community, this doesn't mean that it will work on other Warframes also. If critical chance buff works on a Warframe, then it will work in another Warframe. That's wrong and lazy. DE, you should know how your Warframe works, and how they are being used in real missions. Try to figure out their strengths and weaknesses before you even decide to tweak the Warframe or its augment, because you have said that there are more augment tweaks to come, and I hope it doesn't end up like this. I'll be honest with you guys, and I'm referring to you DE. I still love playing Warframe, especially with my friends and cousin, as this game brings joy to us when we play together, but your game needs fixing, and there are lots of things that you should do than just release new stuff and make the game even more broken. Because the fact is, every time you release something, it makes the game broken, or the old ones will become obsolete. We still love Warframe, but the direction you are taking right now is kind of scary, and we don't know the future of Warframe. You said that this will be the best year for the game, and I'm hoping it's not just another publicity stunt, just to calm all those angry Warframe players of your past updates. Do not turn a blind eye to simple things that are messing with the game, as this will definitely be your downfall. I'm not asking all of this as a content creator, but as a player who enjoyed your game for countless hours and still is enjoying the game because it's my comfort game, and I have a community that supports me while playing it. I really don't care if there's content or nothing right now in Warframe, as I'm not one of those players who casually burn themselves in farming everything then scream no content in the game. In fact, there are lots of things that I haven't farmed yet, and I'm just taking my time whenever I want to. What I really don't like is that it seems that DE is not exerting enough effort to fix the game. Honestly, Warframe always pulls me back into playing it, but the playtime retention is not there. After a couple of hours, you get bored and play something else, and that is the truth when you have finished almost all the things needed in the game. The only time I get to play longer hours right now with Warframe is when a few of my friends are in the game, and we do some crazy stuff, and that's not even in a mission. It's like doing some meme builds and other stuff, or I get to use dumb builds and laugh out loud for getting wrecked during streams on Twitch with my community. P.S. I just hope I could get back to streaming soon. But that's it. There should be some sort of activities that will make you stay and play the game longer than right now, even how hard you deny it. Warframe is for new players and nothing for those veteran players. There's not much to say now, as I have spoken all my thoughts about what is happening with Warframe right now. And now, I would want you to share your thoughts in the comment section, and let's discuss your frustrations with the game. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.